Well, ICE is conducting repatriation flights, removing more than 100 migrants from the U.S., sending them back to their home countries ahead of Title 42 expiring. They're being put on flights out of South Texas near the border, with video showing migrants in custody, searched, and then loaded onto those planes. Correspondent Allie Bradley is live. And Allie, you are hearing Colombia is already no longer accepting these flights.
Yeah, Nicole, we're still a week out just about from Title 42 ending, and we're already kind of running into some issues here as Colombia is saying that they're no longer accepting these repatriation flights. My ICE sources telling me that flights headed toward Colombia have been canceled this week, as that is the current situation where they're no longer accepting those flights. But again, we were there as those flights were going out of Harlingen Airport today. There were 133 Guatemalan nationals that were sent back to their home country on those repatriation flights. Now, this was ICE Air's operation at the hub in Harlingen, where they were escorting these folks out on outbound planes there. And dozens of these flights have been taking off from these hubs since for 18 months, they've been sending migrants back from 8 different locations, or 5 rather, excuse me. Now, while some of these policies are being enforced, like these flights we're seeing there under Title 42, others are not. Like one of the fail-safes that was actually put into place by the administration back in October, where migrants from Venezuela who cross between ports of entry without the proper documentation will be turned back to Mexico. Now, that policy was expanded to include migrants from Haiti, Cuba, and Nicaragua back in January to help with the influx. Now, we sat down and talked with a guy named Nelson. He arrived with 5 other men from Venezuela. They do not have family here. They're just wanting to work, and they tell us they're heading to Austin, Texas, but they can't get any money right now, so they've been in Brownsville for 3 days. They crossed into El Paso. They were then kicked back into Mexico across from Arizona and Nogales, Sonora. He says they then hopped on a very dangerous train illegally, and they came through Matamoros. They swam across the river there because they heard that they could get in across from Brownsville. Now, Nelson actually showed us his government-issued cell phone that he's keeping in bubble wrap. He tells us that he'll be fined $1,500 if something happens to that device. Now, he says he was directed to check in with ICE on Thursday. I have reached out to CBP regarding the lack of enforcement there, but I have not heard back. Now, Alejandro Mayorkas today also was talking about the resources that are helping on the ground in different sectors. My sources in the northern sector and the coastal sector say that they expect to be deployed, Nicole, if the numbers hit capacities of 29,000. Today, CBP capacities are hovering around 20,000. So that is what they're expecting and anticipating in the coming days.
Allie, before we let you go, I just want to make sure I understand. So the migrant that you spoke with says he and the group he was traveling with, they were able to swim across the river. That's correct?
You're exactly right. They were crossing in between the ports of entry, and that's exactly how they crossed in across from Juarez as well. So they definitely did not come to the port of entry. I clarified that with them. They did not use the CBP One app, which is what this policy requires them to do. They said the app was not working and that they were having a lot of issues. So again, they crossed in El Paso. He said they were documented. They had their photos taken and their identification taken down. They were sent back across from Arizona, so it was harder for them to just come right back across in El Paso. And then they took a train all the way back down to South Texas and Matamoros and crossed into Brownsville. So that is what they're telling me. Again, not at a port of entry, which is what this policy calls for.
All right, Allie Bradley, live for us at the border there. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.